Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for giving me the opportunity to stand before you today. It's truly an honor to share this moment with all of you, to speak about a topic that lies at the very heart of success, growth, and transformation. It's a subject that doesn't just touch our personal goals, but also permeates every aspect of our lives, whether it's our relationships, careers, health, or aspirations. Today, we're diving deep into the idea of consistency and the power of forcing yourself to stay true to it, no matter how challenging it may feel. Consistency is more than just a buzzword. It is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. It's not flashy, glamorous, or even particularly exciting, but it is essential. There's something about consistency that separates the dreamers from the doers. Many of us dream big, and that's a wonderful thing. Dreaming fuels innovation, inspires change, and gives us hope. But dreams alone won't get us far. It's the ability to repeatedly show up, to give our best effort time and time again, that transforms those dreams into reality. Yet let's be honest, being consistent is hard. It demands discipline, sacrifice, and a commitment to showing up even on the days you don't feel like it. And that, my friends, is where many stumble, not because they lack talent, intelligence, or ambition, but because consistency requires us to step outside the realm of motivation and into the world of resolve. Motivation is fleeting. It's that initial burst of energy when you decide to start something new. It's the adrenaline rush that accompanies the excitement of new beginnings. But what happens when the novelty wears off? When the early enthusiasm fades and the task at hand starts feeling repetitive or even mundane? This is where consistency becomes the game changer. It's about continuing to act long after the motivational high has evaporated. It's about showing up for yourself and your goals, not because it feels good in the moment, but because you've made a commitment to something greater. Forcing yourself to be consistent is not about being rigid, it's about being resilient. Many of us wait for the right moment to act. We wait until we feel inspired, until conditions are perfect, until we're sure the stars have aligned. But here's the truth, there is no perfect moment. Waiting for inspiration is like waiting for lightning to strike in the same place twice. It's unreliable and unpredictable. Consistency, on the other hand, is a decision. It's a conscious choice to take control of what you can, to focus on the process rather than waiting for external forces to give you a push. It's waking up each day and deciding to move forward, even if the progress feels small or insignificant. Think about the people you admire, whether they're athletes, entrepreneurs, artists, or leaders. What do they all have in common? It's not just talent or luck. It's their ability to stay consistent. Behind every achievement lies countless hours of effort, practice, and perseverance. It's not glamorous, but it's powerful. It's showing up to the gym even when it's raining and you'd rather stay in bed. It's writing one more page of that book, even when the words aren't flowing. It's making that phone call, sending that email, or practicing that skill over and over again. It's the small, unremarkable actions that over time compound into something extraordinary. Forcing yourself to be consistent is about cultivating habits that align with your goals. Habits are the building blocks of consistency. When you turn an action into a habit, it becomes second nature. It no longer requires as much willpower or mental energy because it's ingrained in your daily routine. But here's the catch, building habits takes effort, especially in the beginning. It's like pushing a heavy boulder up a hill. At first, it feels nearly impossible. But the more you push, the stronger you become, and eventually the boulder starts to roll on its own. That's the power of consistency. It creates momentum. And momentum is what carries you forward, even on the days when you feel like giving up. Let's address the elephant in the room. Forcing yourself to be consistent doesn't sound fun. It sounds rigid, almost unpleasant. But the word force isn't about punishment or self-inflicted suffering. It's about choosing discipline over distraction, progress over procrastination, and long-term rewards over short-term comfort. It's about recognizing that your feelings in the moment don't have to dictate your actions. You might not feel like exercising, studying, or working on your project today, but your commitment to your goal outweighs those fleeting feelings. That's what forcing yourself to be consistent truly means. It's an act of self-respect and self-belief. The beauty of consistency is that it compounds over time. Think of it like planting a seed. At first, it feels like nothing is happening. You water the soil, you nurture it, and yet the ground looks unchanged. But beneath the surface, growth is happening, and one day that seed sprouts. The same principle applies to your efforts. The results may not be immediate, but every small action you take adds up. Each step forward, no matter how small, brings you closer to your destination. Consistency transforms the ordinary into the extraordinary. It's not about making giant leaps every day. It's about taking one step, then another, and another. I won't stand here and tell you that being consistent is easy. It's not. There will be days when you feel like you're spinning your wheels, when doubt creeps in, and when quitting seems like the easier option. But remember this, the hardest part is often sticking with it when it feels like nothing is happening. Those are the moments that define your character. Those are the moments when growth happens. The discomfort you feel is not a sign to stop, it's a sign that you're pushing yourself beyond your comfort zone. And that's where the magic happens. Consistency requires a shift in mindset. It's about focusing on progress rather than perfection. It's about embracing the process even when the results aren't immediate. It's about showing up for yourself, not because it's easy, but because you're worth it. And here's the thing, the more consistent you are, the more confidence you build. Each time you follow through on your commitments, you're sending a powerful message to yourself, I can do this, that self-trust becomes a foundation on which you can build even greater achievements. So my friends, as we journey through life, let's remember this consistency is not about never falling. It's about getting back up every single time. It's about learning from setbacks and continuing to move forward no matter how slow the progress feels. It's about believing in the power of small actions repeated over time to create extraordinary results. It's about choosing to be disciplined, even when it's difficult, and trusting that the effort you put in today will shape the future you want to create. Today, I challenge each of you to take a step towards being more consistent. Start small. Pick one area of your life where you know consistency could make a difference. Commit to showing up every day, no matter how imperfect the effort might feel. And when doubt or resistance arises, remind yourself why you started. Remember that forcing yourself to be consistent is not a burden, it's a gift you give to yourself. It's an investment in your potential, your dreams, and your future. Consistency is the silent force that underpins success in every area of life. It is the practice of showing up, putting in effort, and taking action repeatedly, regardless of circumstances or emotions. While it might not be as flashy as bursts of inspiration or groundbreaking ideas, consistency is the bridge between aspirations and achievements. It's what transforms dreams into reality, not through extraordinary actions, but through steady, sustained effort over time. The power of consistency lies in its ability to compound small actions into significant results. Much like saving money in a bank accrues interest, consistently investing effort in a task leads to growth and progress that may not be immediately visible but becomes monumental over time. Whether it's learning a new skill, building a career, or maintaining healthy habits, consistent effort builds momentum, and momentum propels you forward, even when initial progress feels slow or invisible. Consistency also fosters discipline, which is crucial for long-term success. It teaches you to act based on commitment rather than fleeting feelings or motivation. Motivation can waver, it's easy to feel enthusiastic at the start of a journey, but when the novelty fades and challenges arise, it's discipline and consistency that keep you on track. By committing to a routine and following through, you strengthen your ability to stay focused, even when distractions or obstacles threaten to derail your progress. Furthermore, consistency builds self-trust and confidence. Each time you show up for yourself and honor your commitments, you prove to yourself that you are reliable and capable. This self-trust becomes a foundation for greater achievements, as you start believing in your ability to tackle challenges and overcome setbacks. Conversely, inconsistency breeds doubt and frustration, eroding the belief that you can achieve your goals. The beauty of consistency is that it doesn't demand perfection. It's not about never faltering, but about continually choosing to get back on track. Even small, imperfect efforts contribute to progress. By embracing consistency, you create a rhythm of growth and resilience, positioning yourself to achieve results that once seemed out of reach. In the end, consistency is not just about what you do, it's about who you become in the process. Motivation is often celebrated as the spark that ignites action and fuels progress. While it can be a powerful driving force, it is also inherently fleeting and unreliable. Motivation is rooted in emotions, and emotions are subject to change based on circumstances, mood, and external factors. What feels exciting and energizing one day can feel daunting and uninspiring the next. This fluctuation makes motivation an unstable foundation for sustained effort, especially when striving for long-term goals. One of the biggest limitations of motivation is its dependency on novelty and excitement. At the beginning of a new venture, whether it's starting a fitness routine, launching a project, or learning a skill, motivation is typically high. The initial enthusiasm provides an adrenaline rush, making it easier to take the first few steps. However, as the novelty fades and the challenges become more apparent, motivation often diminishes. When the task starts feeling repetitive or the results aren't immediate, the reliance on motivation can lead to stagnation or even abandonment of the goal. Another limitation is that motivation is reactive rather than proactive. It often arises from external triggers: a compelling speech, a New Year's resolution, or an inspiring success story. While these triggers can initiate action, they rarely sustain it. The absence of constant external reinforcement can cause motivation to wane, leaving a gap that only discipline and consistency can fill. Furthermore, motivation can create a false sense of readiness. Many people wait to feel motivated before taking action, believing that the right emotional state is necessary to begin. This mindset delays progress and fosters procrastination. By waiting for motivation to strike, individuals miss opportunities to build momentum and develop the habits that ultimately lead to success. Motivation alone is insufficient for navigating setbacks and resistance. Life inevitably presents obstacles, distractions, and days when you simply don't feel like showing up. In these moments, relying on motivation is ineffective. What's needed is a deeper commitment, a discipline that pushes you to act regardless of how you feel. Motivation, while important as a starting point, must be supplemented by structure, discipline, and consistent effort. When these elements are in place, you are no longer at the mercy of fleeting emotions. Instead, you take control, building the resilience and habits necessary to achieve lasting success. The perfect moment mindset is one of the most pervasive barriers to progress and success. It's the belief that certain conditions, perfect timing, ideal circumstances, or peak inspiration must align before action can be taken. While this mindset might feel comforting, it often leads to procrastination and missed opportunities. Breaking free from it is essential for turning intentions into tangible results. One of the main flaws of the perfect moment mindset is that it places control outside of yourself. By waiting for the stars to align, you surrender your power to act and make progress. The truth is, there is rarely, if ever, a perfect time to start. Life is unpredictable, and waiting for flawless conditions often leads to indefinite delays. Circumstances are never truly ideal, and waiting only reinforces inaction. The perfect moment mindset also creates unnecessary pressure. When you believe there's a single right time to act, you may feel paralyzed by the fear of making a mistake or missing your chance. This pressure to perform perfectly can discourage you from starting altogether. In reality, progress is messy, and most successes are built on imperfect beginnings and countless adjustments along the way. Breaking free from this mindset begins with embracing imperfection. Recognize that starting, even under less than ideal conditions, is more valuable than waiting for the perfect opportunity. Action generates momentum, and momentum creates progress. Each step forward provides clarity, builds confidence, and opens the door to new possibilities. Over time, the consistent effort you put in, however imperfect, will outweigh the time lost waiting for everything to feel just right. Another key to overcoming this mindset is shifting your focus from outcomes to the process. Instead of obsessing over the end result or ideal circumstances, commit to showing up and doing the work. Progress is rarely linear, and small incremental actions accumulate into meaningful achievements. By prioritizing action over perfection, you create opportunities to learn, adapt, and grow along the way. Reframe your mindset around readiness. Understand that readiness is not a prerequisite for action, it is a result of action. You become ready by doing, not by waiting. Each step you take builds your skills, confidence, and resilience, preparing you for challenges and opportunities that lie ahead. By letting go of the need for the perfect moment, you empower yourself to take control of your journey. Success doesn't wait for ideal circumstances, and neither should you. Start now, start small, and trust that consistent effort will create the results you seek. Habits play a foundational role in building consistency. They are the routines and behaviors we perform regularly, often without conscious effort, and they serve as the building blocks of our daily lives. By cultivating effective habits, we reduce the mental energy required to make decisions, making consistency easier to sustain over time. When aligned with our goals, habits create a reliable framework for progress, helping us stay committed to the path even when motivation wanes. At the core of habit formation is the principle of automation. Habits minimize the need for constant willpower by embedding desired actions into our routine. For example, brushing your teeth every morning is not something you deliberate over, it's automatic. This same principle applies to habits that support larger goals. Whether it's exercising, reading, or practicing a skill, consistent repetition transforms effort into an automatic part of your day. Over time, habits reduce the friction of starting, making it easier to sustain consistent action. Building habits also allows for the power of incremental progress. Habits focus on small, repeatable actions that compound over time. While each individual action might seem significant, their cumulative effect is transformative. Writing just 200 words a day might not feel like much, but over a year it becomes a novel. Small, consistent habits eliminate the pressure to achieve massive results instantly, emphasizing steady progress instead. A key factor in habit formation is establishing clear cues and triggers. Habits thrive on predictability, so creating a consistent environment or routine helps solidify them. For example, exercising at the same time each day or placing a book on your pillow as a cue to read before bed ensures your habits fit seamlessly into your lifestyle. These triggers serve as reminders, reducing the likelihood of neglecting your commitments. Another important aspect is focusing on identity-based habits. Instead of tying actions solely to outcomes, align your habits with the type of person you want to become. For instance, instead of saying, "I want to run a marathon," say, "I am a runner." This subtle shift reinforces your identity, making the habit an integral part of who you are rather than just a means to an end. Patience is essential when building habits. It takes time and consistent effort to solidify new behaviors. There will be setbacks, but persistence is key. Habits are not about perfection, they are about persistence and progress. By focusing on small, consistent actions and making them a regular part of your life, you create a foundation of habits that naturally sustain consistency, driving you toward your long-term goals. The idea of forcing yourself often carries a negative connotation, suggesting struggle, discomfort, or even self-punishment. However, when redefined through the lens of discipline and self-empowerment, forcing yourself becomes a positive, transformative act. It's not about coercion or pushing yourself to the brink of exhaustion. Instead, it's about intentionally choosing discipline over distraction, commitment over complacency, and long-term fulfillment over short-term ease. Redefining forcing yourself shifts the narrative from one of resistance to one of empowerment and growth. Is at its core, forcing yourself is about aligning your actions with your goals, even when your feelings don't cooperate. There will always be days when you don't feel like working out, studying, or making progress on a project. These moments are natural. However, waiting for the right mood or a surge of motivation often leads to inconsistency and missed opportunities. Forcing yourself means acting in service of your greater purpose, even when you'd rather take the easy route. It's a reminder that feelings are temporary, but actions have lasting impact. Redefining this concept also involves seeing it as a form of self-respect. Forcing yourself isn't about punishment, it's about valuing your potential and refusing to settle for less than you're capable of. It's an act of honoring your commitments to yourself, much like showing up for a friend or loved one, even when it's inconvenient. By holding yourself accountable, you strengthen your sense of integrity and build trust in your ability to follow through. A crucial element of this redefinition is recognizing that growth happens outside of comfort zones. Forcing yourself to take action isn't meant to feel comfortable, it's meant to challenge you to grow. The discomfort you feel when pushing through resistance is not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of progress. Each time you overcome the urge to quit or delay, you're strengthening your mental resilience and creating habits that serve you in the long run. Forcing yourself is about consistency, not perfection. It doesn't mean you have to give 100% every single day. It simply means showing up and doing what you can, even if it's not your best. Some days your effort might be small, but small actions, repeated consistently, lead to significant results. It's a commitment to taking one step forward, no matter how difficult or imperfect, because you know that each step matters. When redefined, forcing yourself becomes an empowering practice rooted in discipline, self-belief, and intentionality. It's not about pushing yourself harshly, it's about gently but firmly guiding yourself toward the person you want to become and the life you want to create. Setbacks and resistance are inevitable on the path to achieving meaningful goals. They are part of the journey, testing your commitment, resilience, and problem-solving ability. Overcoming these challenges isn't about avoiding them entirely, it's about learning to navigate them with strength and adaptability. By reframing setbacks and resistance as opportunities for growth rather than barriers, you can transform them into stepping stones toward your success. The first step in overcoming setbacks is to shift your mindset. Instead of viewing setbacks as failures, see them as feedback. Every obstacle provides valuable information about what isn't working and offers a chance to reassess and refine your approach. This perspective turns setbacks into lessons, empowering you to grow stronger and more informed as you move forward. It also helps reduce the emotional weight of setbacks, allowing you to respond with clarity rather than frustration or defeat. To resistance, whether internal or external, often arises when you're pushing beyond your comfort zone. Internal resistance may manifest as self-doubt, procrastination, or fear of failure, while external resistance could come from unexpected challenges or unfavorable circumstances. To overcome resistance, start by acknowledging its presence without judgment. Recognize that it's a natural response to change and growth, not a sign that you should stop. Once you acknowledge it, you can address it. Building resilience is key to navigating setbacks and resistance. Resilience is like a muscle that grows stronger the more you exercise it. Start by cultivating a mindset of persistence and adaptability. Accept that progress is rarely linear, and that setbacks are temporary. When challenges arise, focus on what you can control. Break larger problems into smaller, actionable steps and tackle them one at a time. This approach prevents you from feeling overwhelmed and keeps you moving forward. Another effective strategy is to stay anchored in your why. When resistance feels overwhelming or setbacks make you question your efforts, reconnect with your purpose. Why did you start this journey? What long-term outcome are you striving for? Keeping your eyes on the bigger picture helps you push through temporary discomfort and stay motivated. Support systems are invaluable during tough times. Share your struggles with trusted friends, mentors, or peers who can offer encouragement and perspective. Sometimes simply talking through challenges can help you see solutions or remind you of your strength. Don't hesitate to seek advice or collaborate if needed. Overcoming resistance doesn't have to be a solo effort. Practice self-compassion. Setbacks are not a reflection of your worth, and resistance is not a personal failure. Treat yourself with kindness and patience as you navigate difficulties. Celebrate your persistence and progress, no matter how small, and remind yourself that every effort counts. By embracing setbacks and resistance as part of the process, you build the resilience and determination necessary to reach your goals. Confidence is not something that is given or inherited, it's earned through action and follow through. The ability to commit to a task and see it through to completion builds trust in your abilities and strengthens your belief in yourself. Every time you follow through on your commitments, you prove to yourself that you are capable, reliable, and deserving of success. This process creates a cycle of confidence, where each successful completion fuels the next, gradually shaping a mindset that you can handle challenges and achieve your goals. At the heart of this confidence-building process is the consistency of follow-through. When you set out to accomplish something, following through on your plan, even when it gets difficult or when distractions arise, reinforces your sense of self-worth and reliability. Every time you complete a task, regardless of its size, you show yourself that you have the discipline to take action and finish what you start. This leads to a deeper belief in your own abilities, helping you face future tasks with greater assurance. Follow-through also teaches you the power of resilience. The journey to any significant goal is rarely smooth or linear. There will be obstacles, setbacks, and moments of doubt. But by staying committed to your goals and following through, even when things don't go according to plan, you build resilience. Each time you push through resistance or failure, you prove to yourself that challenges are not insurmountable and that setbacks do not define your worth. This resilience nurtures confidence as you begin to see obstacles as part of the learning process rather than insurmountable barriers. Another way follow-through builds confidence is by establishing a track record of success. Each completed task, whether big or small, becomes part of your personal history of achievement. This track record serves as evidence of your capabilities, making it easier to trust yourself in future endeavors. When you look back on what you've accomplished, you begin to see yourself as someone who consistently follows through and gets things done. This history of success creates a positive feedback loop. Your past victories reinforce your belief in your ability to succeed again in the future. Additionally, follow-through boosts self-discipline and reduces self-doubt. It's easy to doubt yourself when you fail to meet your goals or give up too soon. However, by following through consistently, you eliminate that doubt. Completing tasks strengthens your inner resolve, showing you that you have control over your actions and decisions. With each successful follow-through, you build a stronger sense of self-control, which in turn builds confidence in your capacity to handle future challenges. Moreover, follow-through fosters a sense of pride and fulfillment. There's a unique satisfaction in knowing that you completed what you set out to do. This sense of accomplishment comes from knowing that you stayed true to your intentions, whether the outcome was perfect or not. This pride in your work reinforces a positive self-image and creates a sense of inner strength that builds your confidence over time. The confidence built through follow-through extends beyond the task itself. It shapes the way you approach life, reinforcing the belief that you are someone who can navigate challenges stick to commitments, and ultimately achieve what you set out to do. This sense of self-efficacy, belief in your ability to succeed, is a powerful driver of personal growth and achievement. It encourages you to set bigger goals, take on more significant challenges, and continuously strive for improvement. In essence, follow through is the foundation of confidence. It's through consistent action, resilience in the face of setbacks, and the satisfaction of completing what you start that you cultivate a belief in your own abilities. With each step you take toward your goals, no matter how small, you reinforce your sense of self-belief, creating a confidence that can propel you toward even greater accomplishments. As we come to the end of this journey through the power of consistency, the importance of habits, and the courage it takes to overcome resistance, remember that the path to success isn't always straight or easy. It's full of ups and downs, moments of doubt, and inevitable setbacks. But what makes all the difference is your ability to keep going, to push through even when things get tough, and to show up for yourself day in and day out. It's the small actions that lead to big results, and the consistency in those actions that turns dreams into reality. So force yourself to keep going, even when you don't feel like it, even when the perfect moment doesn't appear, and when motivation fades. Build the habits that support your goals and let them guide you when your motivation falters. Keep pushing through the resistance, because each setback is simply an opportunity to grow stronger. And above all, know that every step you take, no matter how small, is an investment in yourself and your future. In the end, it's the follow-through that counts. When you stay committed to your goals, you build not just success, but an unshakable confidence in yourself and your abilities. And that confidence is the foundation that will carry you through any challenge that comes your way. So take a deep breath, embrace the journey, and keep moving forward, because you have everything it takes to achieve greatness. The only thing standing between you and your success is your willingness to stay consistent, take action, and never give up. Thank you.